Right then, I left the country for 5 minutes and all of a sudden, all hell has broke loose with this abortion. I'm fed up with it. Here's my opinion on why I believe you should be pro-choice. So it's been brought to my attention, mainly through social media, that Alabama has passed a law that now makes it illegal for people in that state to have an abortion. What on earth is going on? This is the 21st century, and all of a sudden we're taking rights away from females that I believe should really be the ones in control of their own bodies. Now, I actually had someone that I won't name that reached out to me, showed me a picture about how the fetus is not part of the female body. Alright, good point. But unfortunately for that fetus, the woman actually is the one that has to give birth to that baby and is the one that has to carry that baby and bear all of that stress. Okay, so pro-lifers are going to jump at me now and say, well, you've just called it a baby, this is life, what are you doing? My opinion is this, okay? We as men, for a start, I don't believe should have any say in this argument, this issue. We have never had a period, thank goodness, because I've been told by many a girl that it's the worst things going. We don't have to give birth, which is another thing that we are very lucky as men to do, or to be able not to do, should I say. We seem to then still have the right, or believe we have the right, to tell what a woman should or should not be doing. Although we can have an opinion on it, we shouldn't be the ones making the legislation to decide whether, women should or should not be allowed to have an abortion. But my other main point is this: we are looking at the exceptional circumstances here that one can become pregnant, not so much using abortions as a contraceptive. Now, there may be many people out there that say women will use this as a way to, get rid of pregnancy. What you're neglecting is the fact that a lot of these women don't do it willingly. They don't sit there and go, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to have an abortion today. That's not how it works. All right, this is an extremely emotional, stressful situation for women. It can actually be psychologically damaging. But then you flip it the other way and you go, by having this child, it could be even more psychologically damaging. And it's something that I don't think people think about. When they think about abortion, they think it's like black or white. But if you got pregnant, well, tough shit. Deal with it, right? That's not how it works. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of really, what I believe, poignant circumstances. The first one is rape. So you're telling me that a young lady who maybe was minding her own business the one day, maybe, was out late at night, and if any of you dare jump and say that she shouldn't have been out late at night, that is, that frustrates me. And that person got raped. They then actually got pregnant because, most often the rapist doesn't go, oh, hang on, give me 2 seconds, I'm just going to put a condom on so that, you don't get pregnant. They just don't care, right? And then that person then has to carry that kid. Not only carry the kid, has to give birth to the kid and look at that kid for the rest of their life, knowing that that was conceived by a rapist. Think about it. Is that really, really what you want to happen? Now, of course, when we talk about abortions and, the time that you decide to have the abortion, this young lady's going to know that she got raped, okay? She's then going to probably take a pregnancy test pretty soon after just to check, and she's going to know that she's pregnant. So this is not like 1 week before birth, which again is another thing that infuriates me. These people think that when the abortions happen, these huge babies are coming out of these people. That's not very rarely the case, right? It's normally very early. In my opinion, I can't even deem that life. But if you're a pro-life and you want to play this game with me, which is fine, you can play this game with me. That's like me saying that I have sperm in my testicles right now. And for example, if a certain male was to ejaculate, well, then that's bad too, okay? How far are we going to draw the line here? Because obviously that sperm ain't getting made into babies. And honestly, even when a male ejaculates, a lot of those sperm actually didn't make the cut, right? They didn't live. So what, you're gonna have a go at me now because the one actually did work and the rest of them didn't? Where do you draw the line? Anyway, so they're gonna know pretty early, all right? Now, think of the psychological damage this is gonna do to that woman, especially if she's traumatized about the whole situation of rape. Anyway, if you did have any empathy at all, you would actually sympathize with that, or empathize with that person. You'd be like, actually, yeah, that person needs to have an abortion. But of course, no, religion, blah, blah, blah. We'll get there. Next thing, right, my other main situation, okay, the woman is pregnant obviously she's really looking forward to having this child, and then she gets informed by her doctor that if she was to give birth to this child, she's probably at risk of dying herself for whatever complication. You're gonna tell me, right, that you are gonna tell that woman that she still needs to give birth, even though she knows that she's gonna die. You're really gonna tell me that? You're gonna sit there and tell me that you'd be happy to be that person, that doctor or whatever, tell this young lady that she has to continue her pregnancy even though she knows she's probably going to die. Let the woman have the choice, okay? She may decide to do that. I'm not saying go the other way and say, well, if the woman's at risk, then she has to get rid of the kid. If she wants to risk her life for her kid, that is her choice. But with this abortion law, you're not giving them the choice. And that is where I get infuriated. That is where I get upset. I got brought up by mainly women, you know, my younger sister, my mother, my grandma. They all had a massive hand in raising me. I can't even imagine how traumatizing it must be to have to give away or abort your child. Of course, there are people that abuse the system, and there will always be the people that abuse the system. You know, you look at anything, you look at you know, even federal aid, things like that. Like, people are going to play the system. I think it's really naive of you, people that sit there and go, oh yeah, you know, I'm pro-choice, or sorry, pro-life, and I don't think that abortion should be. Well, you're not the person that's sitting in that room telling that mother that actually she's going to die because she can't have an abortion. You're not going to be the person, the therapist that has to sit in the room with a rape victim and say, actually, you've got to keep that kid because you're not allowed an abortion. You're not those people. And you sit there on your high horses, right? You sit there and you judge people and you have no idea what they've gone through. And yet you're the ones that are like, ha, well, I didn't have to get an abortion, so I'm okay, so I'm not going to let anyone else get an abortion. Shame on you. Like, shame on you. It disgusts me that you can sit there and just because your life wasn't affected by an abortion, you can then tell other women that they can't have one. Let's talk about religion, because religion's another big thing, you know, and even the past political cycle, when we talk about Donald Trump, and a lot of the reasons people voted for him is because of all the abortion laws. And alright, let's play there. I got brought up in a Christian household. I still believe that I am part of the Christian faith. I know some of you Catholics may come out and go, you're not part of my faith. Well, great. I don't want to be part of your faith. If part of your faith is the fact that you are going to treat people a certain way. And what I mean by that is that part of the religion of Christianity is to really love others and to love thy neighbour and all that good stuff, and really empathise. And as I said earlier, people don't just get abortions. It's not a trendy thing to do. It's actually quite a traumatic thing to do, and if any of you have actually looked into the process of an abortion, it's actually really not a nice process to go through for either party. If you really were a Christian, right, and you really did love other people and you want to be a steward of this earth, you would try and be more understanding, rather than you be the one to judge these people and to say, oh, God wouldn't like that, and have the empathy, which is something that's taught heavily in the faith, but I see it all the time, is that people hide behind their religion to justify abortions not being able to happen, and that all life is sacred. Yeah, do you not think that if they were like virgin on being a baby, that I'd have a problem with it being aborted, because it probably knows it's a, oh, it obviously doesn't know it's a baby, but you know what I mean, like it's at that part of its development. But there's going to be exceptional circumstances, and all I hear is that these people focus on this minority of people that use it as a get out of jail free card, as a form of contraceptive. That is not the majority. The majority of these abortions are people that need them for whatever reason, and you can't judge the reason that they need an abortion. I can't judge the reason they need an abortion. That's why I'm saying let people have abortions, because if I was, so high and mighty on my high horse, then yeah, I might come on and say, yeah, you should have an abortion, you shouldn't. Who am I to judge? Who are you to judge? Especially as a Christian. You know that God's the one that knows what's going on, and that He's the all-knowing one. And abortions, we can do abortions, then surely there's a reason for that. As part of your faith, you need to prioritise what is the priority for you. You know, is it, and for me in my faith, it's treating people with love and respect and understanding, not certain rules within the faith that I believe should then trump how we treat other people. But anyway, the reason I've spoke about this is because A, I did that poll. B, until us guys actually take a stand next to women and support them, I don't think that things will change. So I know so many wonderful women in my life. I've been raised by women, and it really hurts me to see how much hurt these women are going through after seeing, the backlash of what's gone down, and that I've seen very little men stand up beside these women and really support them and just say, hey, actually, this is crap. I don't know who will see this video, but I hope that I've given you some food for thought and really kind of given you a couple of scenarios that I think get overlooked, but also talked about, even if you want to use your faith as a reason, what are you prioritising? Are you prioritising a rule in your faith, or are you prioritising actually like what the faith was meant to be in the first place, which was about supporting each other, treating each other right, and loving one another, despite maybe differences and differences in opinion that we have. But the more we speak, the more we can engage in conversation, the more we can try and see both sides. I'm more than happy to have a discussion. If you are unhappy with what I've said, offended with what I've said, I'm sorry. This is my opinion. So there's my video. Hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up, share it, tell your friends. I think it's important that we talk about it, especially because it's in the news right now. So if you liked what I had to say, show someone. If you didn't like what I had to say, write in the comments. And also write in the comments if you did like it. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and if you like these videos, let me know if you want me to make another one. Bye.